Hello all, we're going to do the equation of a line number 2, which is a bit more challenging than the equation of a line 1. So question 1 starts off asking us the gradient in the intercept. So you can see that it's x plus 10. So what is the number next to x when you can't see it? It's 1, coefficient of 1. And the y-intercept is 10. So nice and easy to start off. Then they try to trick you by putting it the other way around. So many students might make the mistake of saying the gradient is 3 here. However, you need to remember it's the number left of the x, including the sign next to the number. So some people might just put 8, but it's not 8, it's minus 8. Include the minus next to the number. And then the y-intercept is the number that's not got the x, including its sign to the left, which is plus 3. Then on to the ones which are a wee bit harder, level 5 to 6, 7 to 8 questions, where you have to rearrange the equation into y equals mx plus c form, and then write down what the equation is and the gradient and the y-intercept. So to do this, if you look at 5x plus y equals 3, if we remember our algebra techniques, change side, change sign, y is equal to, and I'm going to move this plus 5x to the other side. Or if you like balancing, I'm minusing 5 from both sides. So that gives me 3 minus 5x. And then if we remember from the last one, m would be minus 5 and c would be 3. So that one's a wee bit straightforward. Next one requires more than one step. Well, actually it doesn't, because it's already rearranged. We just have to divide everything by 2. So divide by 2 here and divide by 2 here. So change side, change sign. So it's going to be y equals 6x divided by 2 minus 10 divided by 2, which is going to give you 3x minus 5. So once we've got that, our m is equal to 3 and our c is equal to minus 5. And the last one here, it's double step, but we need to be very careful because there's a negative next to the y. So the last thing we want is a negative. It's not negative y equals, it's positive y. So I'm going to move the minus 5y to the other side. So it becomes 7x equals 15 plus 5y. Then I'm going to move the 15 to the other side. So it becomes minus 15. And then I'm going to divide everything by 5. So I end up with, which I'll do over here, y equals, because I'm dividing everything by 5, 7 over 5x minus 15 over 5. Now 7 over 5, you could write in your calculator, which would be 1.4, or you could leave it as the fraction, and then 15 divided by 5 is 3. So m equals 1.4 and c equals minus 3. So that is what is required when it asks you to rearrange these equations. So let's just confirm it's wanting it in decimal form. So as I said, it was 1.4x minus 3. So m was equal to 1.4 and c was equal to minus 3. So that just confirms our answers. Then on to the second one. It's a bit more challenging because you've got to match the equations to the graph. But the only way you can do that is by putting them into y equals mx plus c form. So just like what I did on the previous page, rearrange these equations, and then like equation of a line 1, the other task, you've got to look at what their y-intercepts are and their gradients. 1 is positive and 2 is negative. So it's all about rearranging. If you rearrange, then into the mx plus c form, it should be easy. Another thing to point out is the parallel. So parallel means they have the same gradient, so don't forget that. So which lines have the same gradient to the minus 3x plus y minus 4? Okay, and then the last question, find the gradient of the line of this. So it's just rearranging. So again, the y is negative, so I'm going to move it to the other side. So 3y minus 4x equals 15. Then I'm going to move the minus 4x over, so 3y equals 15 plus 4x. And then last but not least, divide everything by 3. And that leaves me with 5 plus 14 over 3x. And the question says, what is the gradient? Well, the gradient is the number next to the x, so 14 over 3. So this one requires a bit more work. I'm not going to do each individual equation. It does boil down to your rearranging algebra skills and understanding that parallel means the same gradient. So let's just confirm 14 over 3. Oh, did I mistype that? 4 over 3. Let me just do it again. So move the 3y over, so 3y minus 4x. Yeah, I think I just did a little typo. I wrote 14 on my working when it was 4. So 3y equals 15 plus 4x. Yeah, it's just a silly typo. So 15 over 3 plus 4 over 3, not 14. Thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed.